Is Velma really that bad? Yeah, pretty much. But do I think it is getting more hate than it should? Yes. Now, I suppose I should start by talking about why the show is getting this much attention in the first place, and that reason is the advertising.
Dear HBO Max, just learned you intend to make a genre-bending comedic origin story of Judy Jetson. If there is one thing the internet agrees on, it's that you should never change anything ever. I hope you die. Well, at least Judy's still white.
So right out of the gate, does this show look good? Absolutely not. This trailer really does piss me off in more ways than one. I was never a big fan of Scooby-Doo. The live-action movies are batshit insane, which can be fun to watch, I guess, and the animated movies are fun and charming from time to time, despite being usually pretty stale and boring. And this show, Velma, is now doing the thing that I've hated for so long now. And that is a spin-off product showing no respect for the original product, no matter how bad it is. Talking in this snarky way about the original show and characters is already annoying as hell, right? Well, it gets worse. Even from the opening line of the trailer, you can tell what the show is going for.
When I heard this new version of Judy Jetson wouldn't be boy crazy, the only word I had to describe my disgust is jinkies.
It's that type of aggravated humor where the creator of a product is saying, "Oh, you think that this show sucks? You think this sucky show sucks? I'll show you for hating my show that is not good." So right out of the gate, they are openly admitting that this show only exists for shock value and hate watching. But this teaser trailer alone got the response of Moist Critical, The Critical Drinker, Blind Wave, and I Am Dante, because the show is so easy to hate on. All these famous YouTube channels / streamers teamed up to create the most boring videos to just say this: yeah, that new Velma show looks pretty bad, which is such a boring and repetitive thing to do for an entire video. And to be fair, not everyone just said the same thing over and over again, but most of them did, because it is easy. Velma reaction or review videos are blowing up because almost the entire internet is saying Velma sucks, so by default, the average consumer of this media is waiting for their favorite YouTuber to make a video about it. So, I think I've talked enough about the reaction. Let's talk about Velma itself. So, the show has Shaggy, Velma, Fred, and Daphne. If you feel like there's a character missing there, it's because there is. Scooby-Doo. You know, the person you named the original show after, that would be like making a spin-off of Rick and Morty based around Mr. Meeseeks and Rick and Morty are just spinning around in their graves. It could work, but at that point, just make a new thing. Don't name it after one of the characters of the original show. That's just making fake popularity out of something. Now, that is not a great way to start off, but then you get reminded that you have characters like Shaggy, Velma, Fred, and Daphne. But they just aren't those characters, are they? Because Shaggy is calm and well-mannered, and he's just a fun little dude who is helpful to almost all the characters. But in Scooby-Doo, he is a sort of stoner who screws everything up all the time. That's strange. Let's look at Fred, who was kind of like Shaggy, but in the old show. Fred was always the nice, smart, good-looking guy we could all root for, but in this show, he is a crazy spaz with anger issues. I'm finding a bit of a pattern here, but I'm just commenting on how the show is only called Velma for popularity and not because it has anything to do with Scooby-Doo. I really don't want to come off as one of those people who says that this show ruined Scooby-Doo, a childhood classic that everyone enjoyed. Like, what? Sure, the show was mildly entertaining from time to time, but when the hell did people call Scooby-Doo a classic? Scooby-Doo is a lame, predictable, and mostly soulless show that for some reason is still relevant today. I think you get the point, so let's get into the humor because the show is a comedy after all. Well, to be honest, the jokes aren't that different from stuff like Brickleberry, Paradise PD, and even from time to time Family Guy. The jokes are most of the time raunchy, mean-spirited gags that have run amok in adult animation for over a decade. The animation is one of the only good things about the show. Usually it's mildly better looking than something like The Simpsons, but during a few scenes specifically with Velma's hallucinations, the animation does a great job and looks like a very well-made anime. The plot has some of the classic mystery solving in it with ghosts, criminals, and some classic charm. One of the worst things, though, is probably Velma herself. She's super unlikable and snarky and thinks she is better than everyone else, and even though she is just an incredibly rude person. It also does have some terrible fourth wall breaking that sucks in any adult animated TV show, some really obnoxious character choices, and eye-roll worthy writing, but that's not new to us. Everything I've mentioned is not new to us. So why is everyone hating on Velma? Well, thank you for asking, because I have separated a few reasons. Number 1, it's easy. I'm sure most of these streamers or YouTubers probably don't even want to react to Velma or don't want to watch it, but getting all those monetized views for just hopping on a bandwagon is easy and solidifies some money in the bank. 2, there are so many fans of the original show who are offended by this trailer. I personally think that's dumb because Scooby-Doo was never that good, but even people who have never seen Scooby-Doo in the real life knew about the new Velma trailer, so yeah, it's very popular. Number 3, there are gay characters in the show. If I got $1 for every time angry homophobes spammed negative reviews on a piece of media with gay characters, I would be rich. So that's my review of Velma and the situation around Velma. If you guys really want my number score, I guess I'll give this a 4 if I'm feeling generous. It really isn't that bad. It's just like a lot of pretty bland adult animated comedies today, and I hope I didn't piss off everyone too much. I swear I'm not trying to be contrarian here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.